welcome to my channel. Like it's one of my very first video I'm starting with. So I'm gonna be taking you through my profession. Is like I'm a full-time dispatcher. I work in Canada, Toronto, Ontario. So like I've seen many videos on YouTube which are like basically like they're not up to the mark, but they're trying to explain how to do dispatching, right? And throughout my journey into dispatching, like I did come across many people like they were asking me for like $500 to $600 like for training me as a dispatcher. But then I went around the other way. Like I worked for different companies like for like about 2 to 3 months after my graduation from school. Like I worked for free. I used to go there, sit there, like you know how they do ACE manifest outbound, like how to do ACI manifest coming inbound to Canada. Like I learned through all of that. Like it was a stressful journey, but then I wanted to like bring out this idea. Like it popped up in my head, like if I went through all of that, like why not cut that process short, like for the others who are following it, right? I know many of you are trying to get into that occupation, but like this is, trust me, this is one of the very like good occupation you can get into after your graduation. Like this pays more than what a bank pays, right? And starting job, banks, they start at like 34,000 per annum, I guess. Like this they'll get you like, depending on how smart you are with your resume and all that, like it can start you as close as like 39 to 40k, right? And like if you move further, like there's a lot of details attached to what is included in the term itself. Dispatching, dispatching can be of many kinds. Like there are 911 dispatchers, there are like trucking dispatchers, there are like contracting dispatchers, construction workers dispatchers, like different kind of dispatching, right? We're gonna focus on transportation, right? So I'm gonna like basically get this channel based on like how my journey was and what I learned throughout, like within these years. But I've learned a lot, like how to pick up a shipment properly. Like you might be thinking like, oh, go there and just pick up a shipment and boom, go. No, that's not the deal. So when you go into some shipper to pick up a shipment, no, let me tell you all the aspects that are involved. Like your dispatcher gives you, okay, pick up 200 pieces of mud flaps, let's say, for example. So as a driver, the driver is supposed to go into the shipper. He's supposed to ask for 200 pieces of mud flaps along with a reference number, right? So, and then what the shipper does, let's say shipper does not allow the driver on the dock. So that means the driver is not seeing what is being loaded and what is not. So when he gets to the consignee, the receiving point, and let's say one mud flap missing, or let's say one mud flap extra. So who is responsible for that? So how do you divert that liability or responsibility back to the shipper or back to the customer? So you gotta ask the shipper, the driver's gotta ask the shipper to write SLC on the paperwork, which simply means shipper loaded and counted. So you see, like easy way when said, but this step has to be followed in order to divert out the liability. So I guess like this is one of the like minute things that I just told you, but there's a lot of things involved in dispatching, and I want to base this channel like not only on dispatching, but like throughout what my journey was. Like I graduated in 2017 from George Brown College. Like it was hard time searching for a job. Like I didn't apply for the work I work in right now, workplace. I did not apply online. Like applying online is a slow process. But I just did a walk-in, got an email from them like, okay, where do I send my resume? And like it was kind of, you know, like got simpler from there. And then when you get into a workplace, you know the environment, you have coworkers, they're very good. And I'm like, I'm lucky to have found many good coworkers around me right now. Like my leaders in the company, they're good, pretty good, and they guide me through all the processes and all. Like, so coming on to the next part of the video. So let's say like you're wanting to learn how to dispatch, right? I will suggest you not to pay anybody, like not even a single penny, to learn dispatching. This is not something there's no certification needed for this. Like, I know many people, organizations are fooling other graduates. Okay, come study with us. We're gonna give you a certificate. That certificate is not a government certified certificate for a dispatcher. You need to understand that. Like, that certificate is their company certificate. Like, I can open a company LLC and give you a certificate that okay, you are like good to go in the industry. That's it. But nobody values that. People value you and your problem solving skills, right? Not that certificate. So I wish I could get a certificate and, you know, like avoid all that hard work and just get a certificate, show a company a certificate and get hired. You know, that's nonsense. Like, if you want to get into this industry, it has to be a thorough practice, like of what the occupation is. You need to know the geography of Canada. You need to know the mileage across different highways. Let's say I-80, I-40, I-90. Like, you need to know highway 11, 17, right? Like, what are the major cities in Canada? What are the major cities in the States? Like, you need to all know all of this, right? So we're gonna start with, let's say, a driver picked up a shipment. So what are you gonna do as a dispatcher? You're gonna tell them, okay, the SLC, keep that in mind, of course. Like, it also depends on what kind of load the driver is picking up. Let's say the driver is picking up a heavy shipment. So what do? You tell them, okay, after loading, I need you to confirm with me the piece count on the bill of lading, and let's say a shipment is temperature controlled. So you're gonna confirm the temperature with the driver and the reefer running, okay? So you're gonna confirm that, and then you're gonna confirm, let's say, it is heat and has. So what are you gonna do? Heat basically is running temperature to 65 Fahrenheit start stop.